Last time on Babs Bear Talk.
So you the vlog then? Saturday morning, September the 3rd, Collin's birthday. Look at this dog. She's actually using that old pillow as a pillow.
She loves it.
And look at the one at her butt though. That's Jada's baby. I have guests coming over to the house tomorrow, 2 people from the church. So I made a chocolate cake. We're gonna do rice and beans, chicken and salad. I'm gonna go do the salad right now. But right now I'm doing a show for either Monday or Wednesday. I'm not sure yet what this video is gonna be for. Either Monday or Wednesday. Guys, I tried a recipe for a coconut pie. It's gonna show up on the Wednesday show. It's really weird. There are things that I would do different with it next time around. But on the recipe, I tested on camera and that's how it's gonna go up. I know some people are gonna give me flack for that, but it's okay. So I turned back on Jory's wash. And I better go eat some real food because to eat this sweet thing right here and not eat real food, I'm gonna get sick. So I'll be right there, guys. Give me a minute. How's your day going? My day's been going fantabulous. I did a show for Monday. I did this show for Wednesday, and Joshua has to finish up his contribution to the show. And now I can go change my clothes, pin up my hair, and then actually start cleaning my house because I told you guys that I have a house guest. Well, not a house guest. I have guests that are coming to the house tomorrow. And it's the guy from the church. He plays the keyboard. And his wife sings. He sings too. They're both beautiful singers. I've joked with this lady several times. I hope none of the other church members watch. But I've joked with her several times and I say all the rest of the singers need to take several seats and just let you do your thing because girl, you can sing. You know, and she, whenever she opens her mouth, she just has to say la and I get goosebumps. I really love her voice. I love his voice. I love his piano playing skills. When he's on the piano and he's tickling the ivory, you could see that he and those keys are one. I mean, Joe watches him a lot in church and go, dang, look at Sean though, he's into it. So I've invited him over since forever. And because there are only a few people in the church that I really associate with. And since mommy died, a lot more of them have been coming over and giving me hugs and stuff, which is really awesome. But I don't really know them. I don't know their names. So the pastor did a thing this last service on Wednesday. It's like, go introduce yourself to at least 4 or 5 people. So I've learned a few people's names. Because I would just say, oh, that man's wife. Or that brother's wife. Or that sister's husband. You know, I don't really know their names. So there are just a few people that I speak with.
Oh, he hasn't done it yet. On the 20th. No, the 13th. 13th.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I listened to it when I
Recording, and here's the birthday boy. Excuse me, sir. It's a beautiful cake.
I don't know. No, you're just trying to eat it. I'm not.
Here's the birthday grandma, the birthday boy's grandma.
Megan needs to see what
The birthday boy and grandma. And of course the beautiful mom. You got it, Leah, the beautiful mom.
It's me. It's everybody likes me.
Wait, they really love me. They love me.
Without me, there would be no Collin, or birthday, or cake, or pizza. Without me and Kevin.
Oh, I was just gonna turn it on Kevin and go, what is Kevin? Chopped liver?
Janelle salami.
I can't see you, Joe.
What?
I can't see you behind that thing. Thank you.
That's 4.
And the rest of the kids.
You actually have 20 candles. I was trying to figure out how old you were. 20 is 21. You do know they're going to move the age.
This cake is gonna catch fire.
You're gonna take these.
Oh my God, trust my mom. This is going to take forever. Did you want it?
And then if they have predictions,
Mom, I'm not
could be a misdemeanor. It could be you could get a violation or something.
It takes 3 old ladies to light a cake, and it's still not lighting. It's still not lighting.
You better not be calling my mom over there old.
I live when he went to Mexico and he said, "Oh, they're gonna build a
Especially
wall."
that
The guy
lady.
goes, "You can
She's
smack them and
prehistoric.
break
She's
your
alive
wall."
when the dinosaurs were
Which
here.
one, Aunt Jay?
He said, I don't know yet, but
Mom, you're gonna burn
You know
yourself.
what? These are so waxed over.
Remember that part?
Huh?
He says, they don't know yet, but they're gonna pay for the wall. I go, "We are not paying for it."
Yeah, Grandma, she's got more
We're gonna have
energy.
sensors on the top, sensors on the
I'm
bottom.
telling you, this lady can move.
Yes, she does. You should see her chase Zoe in the hallway.
Yes.
If you ever become president,
And then Zoe will run out of
Yeah.
that'll be a
Want me to
nightmare.
grab that one?
I don't want no wax on my cake.
Hey, wax on, wax off.
Yeah, the lights on.
There's 20 candles.
I got you.
I think
There's 20 and then one more to
Jess,
go.
that's it. Get her.
so we got close.
Here, go,
I think there's 20
So
candles.
20.
That's
You're not all lit.
No one's catching fire, Leah.
16 candles.
Okay, don't spit on my cake.
Sorry, everybody.
That's all right.
Happy birthday to you.
Faster, not a death
Happy birthday to you.
Copyright.
Happy birthday, dear Collin. Happy birthday to you.
Blow, blow, blow.
There's stiff in
All that cardio.
And there's spit everywhere. Jada, Grandma would not eat that cake. She would say, "Oh no, I don't want the spit on my cake." All right, Dad, later. All right. He in the call for me, I know say he vote. If I don't say for he vote. Me pa, I'm like, if you don't put no comment, I won't know that you voted, and I'm gonna lean on the side that you did not vote. Just saying. Just because I'm telling you, Then you don't know what the mute on this remote yet? I'm telling you, I'm leaning on the side of disowning everyone who did not vote for me, especially blood. Blood. Even for you people didn't come out. I want to show what the mute.
I know mute.
This right there.
I know.
So why do you always lower the volume instead of
You
mute?
don't care about your feelings.
Jory's trying to deflect the fact that he's eating all my dang food. Jory, I saw you take my food.
That wasn't me.
I saw. He said it wasn't him. You're right here, Jory.
That wasn't me.
And your plate is right here. Is that why you didn't let me put the camera on your face? Because you don't want proof? Huh?
Crazy.
I'm going to go and measure out this rice. How much rice do you think this is? Like a cup?
What I have on my bed?
Yeah, you think that's about a cup?
I don't know.
I know. I want to measure to see how much servings it gets.
Oh, sorry.
You know? Sorry, what?
That I didn't click right. I'm better.
All right, so it's almost 5:30 Sunday evening. Our dinner guests came and left. They just left right now. I'm at 225. I'm telling you, every time I move up one like, the lady that's in second place will move up 5 likes.
Did she move up again?
Yeah, I was at 224, right, Joe?
Yeah.
And I moved up to 225 when Sean voted, because I have legit people voting for me. And then she went from 259 to 264. I was like, that's so odd. That's freaky. Then she was at 245, 250, 255, 260, no, 259. So she went for it. I was like, this is weird. But anywho, I'm not trying to chase her down, because obviously every time I get a like, she'll get 5. So I can never catch this lady down. I'm just trying to hold on to my 3rd place. I don't want for these people to pick the top 3 tomorrow, and then find out that I'm 4th. Oh no, I gotta be in this mix, guys. So I'm very excited for this opportunity. I'm gonna go to church right now, and I'm just thirsty. I think I'm just thirsty. Jada's off with Damien, and I washed up everything so I don't have to come deal with this when I come back tonight. I was very diligent, and we're heading out. So it's black and white Sunday, and I'm wearing, black, white, as you guys can see. Look at my skirt, my skirt. I'm needing somewhere with this. Come Joe. I'm not gonna go with the socks. I'm gonna put pretty shoes on. So now let me show you what Joe's wearing.
There's a white.
What color that?
It's a blue and white.
White is in it.
What can you answer me a question honestly? Why do you get so defiant when I tell you it's black and white
I
Sunday?
don't like to wear white during the day.
Is that why?
Yes.
Or you just hate that they tell you what color to wear on a certain day?
No,
Rebellion is demonic, Joe.
no,
Rebellion
it's
is
not-
demonic.
It's not that. I don't want nobody to tell me I have to wear.
See? You
I
see?
have to wear that. I wear what I want to wear.
You see people? Now the truth comes out.
Because the law doesn't say I have to wear white pants special.
I know he didn't,
Well,
but the church does it, so
no,
I don't want
I
to look like the
don't-
odd man out, so I wear black and
I
white.
don't care.
You don't care? You don't care, huh?
No.
You don't care, huh? And I'm not even going to quarrel because I'm going. Look at the, this is the bouquet of flowers that Mario gave me at Mommy's services. And I pot pureed it. Who used to say pot puree? Isn't it looking gorgeous? It's beautiful, right? It's Tuesday, September the 6th. It's Joe's mom's 78th birthday. And she is having a birthday dinner this coming Sunday. And she invited Joe and me. And honestly, I'm not gonna go. So having said that, pull up a chair, get your cup of tea, and let's sit down and talk this out, okay? So first of all, guys, there are a lot of things that I don't share at the vlog because it's gonna like put people in a bad light, and I'm not here to vlog for that reason. I'm vlogging just to share my life with you, and I've shared the good and the bad, but a lot of times I'll talk to this camera for a long time and then I'll cut the thing out because I'm like, no, that might make that person look bad, you know, and I don't want to do that because they're not here to speak for themselves. But I'm going to tell you why I don't want to go to this party. I don't want to have to sit and endure the people that are going to be there. And in all honesty, I don't think Joe's mom knows who all her daughter, which is Joe's sister, is inviting, because she knows I can't stand one of Joe's brother's ex-baby mama. I can't stand that chick. That chick doesn't like me. And so it's like, why put me in the same room with her? I'm not going to be volatile or nothing. I'll just sit and be quiet. So why even go if I'm not going to talk, right? But another one that she's inviting is one of Joe's other brother's ex-wives. No, I don't have any issues with her. When they got divorced, we sided with her. We didn't side with Joe's brother. And then somewhere along the line, they reconciled enough to talk to each other. They're not back together because he lives in Belize now. But they talk to each other and they get on well. And then she threw us to the curb and she just stopped talking to us. You know, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Why would I want to sit there in her presence too? And she's got an air about her where she will speak only American. She will not speak Creole in amongst Creoles. I was like, oh Lord, I can't wait to get amongst my Belizean people to just speak all Creole, because it's so easy to speak that than to speak the American all day long. So I don't want to deal with it. And usually I'm the kind of person, I'm not a doormat, but I will always set my feelings aside to please that person and like be the bigger person, take the higher ground. But I don't want to do that this time. I don't want to go. And so I told Joe that I don't want to go. And Joe says, okay, you don't have to go, but I'm going to go by myself. I'm like, have fun. I'm not going. I have a sneaking suspicion that he's not going to go. And I've already told him I'll go next week and I'll take her to lunch and take her a gift. But I'm not going to go sit and endure all these people in that little close proximity. No, why should I have to? So having said all of that, let me backtrack and quickly try to tell you a little bit of a story of why, you know, all this tension. So there were a lot of things that happened when Joe and I first got married. We're not going to go out way back into ancient history, but we're going to go back to 2005. So Joe had a nephew, this same sister that's doing the dinner, her son. I loved him ever since he came to America. He was 14 years old when I was about 22. So finally there came a time when he met this girlfriend that he thought was going to be marriage material. So the first place he brought the girl was here because he wanted my approval. She was just lovely. I liked her right away. And so then she was pregnant at the time, newly pregnant. And she says, I'm going to have this baby. You know, I want to think like it was in September, August. I don't know when the baby was due. And I'm going to have a baby shower, a big one. It's going to be a co-ed baby shower. And I want the whole family to come. And I'm inviting you now, even now when I'm only like 6 weeks pregnant, because your nephew told me that you don't like to go to baby showers. And I said, it's not baby showers on a whole. I just don't want to have to play the games. I don't like to get down with blindfolds and pick up cotton with a shovel. And I like watching that stuff, but I don't like playing it. And so I said, but if you invite me to the baby shower, I'll come, you know. I'm not gonna go. And so she's like, okay. So fast forward, finally the baby shower came about. I didn't know that it was happening. We got into this company where we were gonna start selling noni juice, network marketing. So we took a CD for Joe's older brother to take a look at with his wife, and we were gonna come back the following week to pick up the CD and discuss with them the benefits of noni juice and if they wanted to join into the company. So they were, you know, they were being nice and listening, and so they're like, see you next Sunday. So we went back, and it wasn't a Sunday, it was a Saturday. So we went back the Saturday to pick up the CD, thinking we're going to close the sale deal now. And when I walked into the front yard, it was like a bazaar. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Are we at the right place? And there were cars everywhere. And so we stepped into the yard, and then I saw Joe's mom, and she was in the middle of the living room, and like she was being honored or something, and she was helping open gifts and stuff. And lo and behold, someone told me, oh, you're here for the baby shower? Oh my God. Just imagine my poor heart. It was so broken in a million pieces. I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, oops, sorry. By that time, the brother that I'm talking about that's in Belize now, the one that we took his wife's side of the divorce, she was trying to reach me because that brother was locked up in jail, and he called her to tell me not to go to that address, to the house, because he learned that they were having the baby shower that day. And I'm like, how the hell does he know this and he's in jail, right? So the wife was not invited either, but they didn't really like her, so that wasn't the deal. They liked me. At least I thought they liked me. And so Joe went in and he said hello to his mom. He said hello to the brother, and then he knew that I was just beside myself. I was just trying to hold back tears. I wanted to run out the gate and just go sit in the car, but it was a bad part of town, and it was not safe to just go sit in your car all willy-nilly, and I had to stay right there stuck in that front yard, just glued to the ground. And so then he came out and we left, and I got back to the car, and I was just in tears. And I said, but why? I don't understand why we didn't get an invitation. I said, your mom knew about the party because she was there. She's the matriarch of the family. She's normally the one that will call and tell me, I don't want this foolishness. I don't care if they didn't invite you. You come on my invitation, blah, 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 blah. I said, your brother's wife, the one that was going to join into Noni Juice, she's the hostess of the party. It's being held at our house. Why didn't she tell us that last week Saturday? Like, I don't know if you're not invited or not, but you should know that there's going to be a party here when you come back. I said, and also by that same token, the mother of the grandbaby, the mother of your nephew, the grandmother, your sister, she was flying in from Florida to come for this baby shower. She spoke with you the night before she got on the plane. Why didn't she say, will I see you tomorrow at the baby shower though? I said, it seems like it was plotted and planned. And so we never found out why, because Joe never confronted them. So fast forward to 2009, they were finally going to get married. The couple, they had the baby in 2005. They were finally going to get married. And so they sent an invitation, and they put in the invitation, 5 will be coming because it's me, Joe, and the kids. And so Joe went to Belize with my parents that time in 2009 for a trip. And I have a different story to tell you about that trip down there, but let me stay on this story. So when he went down there for the trip, Joe's brother, the one that lives here, the one that me and him were friends. I really wish I could call names, but I'm not going to call names. And we were really tight, and he was helping me out a lot, at the shop when Joe went to Belize for that week. And I told him one of the, times that he was there helping me out, I said, you know what, I really don't want to go to this wedding. And then he says, why? And I said, I don't want to hang out with these people. These people don't care for me. They're shams, they're fake. And so he's all like, well, you need to tell Joe when he gets back. And I said, okay, I'll tell him, because I wasn't brave enough to tell Joe something like that, right? And so then he says, and by the way, you need to tell him he shouldn't go either. You should stop him from going. And I said, but why should I do that? I shouldn't have to dictate to him. He can go if he wants. He's his own man. And then he goes, because it will set a standard to let them know that he's standing up for you, because he's never stood up for you with the family. And so that's why they treat you like crap. Don't you see me? Even if I'm just dating a girl and she's not even marriage material, I stand up for her to the family. And I said, okay. So Joe came back, and it was hard enough for me to tell him that I didn't want to go, and he accepted it. And then like an hour later, he came back and he says, I don't think I'm going to go to that either. And so I said, why don't you want to go? And I said, I wasn't stopping you. And he says, if you're not by my side, why go to that? That will be no fun. A wedding is for, you to take your spouse or your significant other. And I said, okay, that's up to you. And so then I said, you want me to RSVP and tell them 0 will be coming so they don't plan for 5? And he goes, no. they didn't have the decency to tell us anything about that baby shower, so we won't have the decency to tell him that we're not coming. So that was his decision, okay? So I didn't follow through with it. And they had the wedding on May the 31st of that year, 2009. On June the 1st, Jory graduated. So his brother he's a truck driver, so he didn't want for them to send him to Palm Springs because he wouldn't get back in time. So he stayed in town, and he ended up delivering for my customer, Richard. And so when he came to the back door, he came inside and he's all like, oh my God, the wedding was so beautiful though. So-and-so made a beautiful bride. Oh my God. And he's like tripping. So I turned around and I flashed him a venomous look and I said, aren't all brides beautiful though? And then he's like, what? What? And I said, all brides are beautiful. I've never seen an ugly bride. And he's like, what do you mean? You don't think she's beautiful? And I said, I didn't say that. I said, she's very attractive, but I don't think she's a pretty girl, but she's very, very attractive. I said, so I can imagine that she would make a beautiful bride. And so then he's all like, oh yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And so then he went back and told Joe's nephew that I said his bride was ugly. That young man called and was cussing me out on the phone. And I knew that it was him who said it because I only had the conversation with him, and I snapped at him in anger because he knew that I wouldn't want to hear anything about that wedding, right? And so Joe got on it. When he started cussing at me, I handed the phone to Joe because I said, I don't have to endure this. This is not even my blood. So Joe took the phone and he lectured him like any good older uncle would and put him in check and said, nobody called your bride ugly. We know exactly who told you this, and they just wanted to stir the pot. So I had it out with Joe's brother, and then we still remained friends. And then there came a time when there was another little tiff that flared up because he was gossiping about me to my cousin, my own blood cousin. And my cousin came back and told me what he said. Of course, my cousin was, going to come back and tell me what he said because that's my own blood. And so he was just like, I can't believe she went back and told you. And I'm like, why? That's my blood. That's not your blood. But anyways, we got through that. And then finally, it just got to the point where it was becoming toxic to be his friend. And so I just kind of pulled away, and I'm not his enemy, but I'm not his friend. So fast forward to now, I don't want to be there to see them. I don't want to see his ex-baby mama, who I can't stand. I don't want to see the ex-wife of Joe's brother, the one that we used to take her side, but now no longer. And it's because she just deleted us from her life once she got over the loss of her husband, of him divorcing her, or I don't know who divorced who. Let me take that back. I don't know who divorced who. I don't want to get into that part of it. But she just stopped talking to us. I don't want to see none of these people because they're going to sit there and be pretentious. So I'm like, I'm not going to that, and I'm not sure Joe's going to go. So no, that's just a little bit more of the background of why there's this tension. There's a lot more different stories I could tell in the future, okay? Save something for later. So I want to tell you really quickly before my battery dies on this camera about the dinner guest that came to the house on Sunday. Now, this couple is a lovely couple, and I truly love them, but they were good dinner guests right through the dinner, but afterwards they cease to be good dinner guests. No, Joe doesn't want me to talk this at the vlog because he's like, what if they watch this? They'll see it. And I'm to the point right now that if they watch this, maybe they'll get a clue. That's where I'm at right now. I don't think they watch the vlog, but I'm telling you guys, there's so much that I could share at the vlog that when I call Sandra and Diana and Helen and Shanika, and I give them the updates sometimes behind the scenes, they're like, if you put this stuff at your vlog, it would take off. I promise you it would take off, but I can't throw people under the bus and not have them here to defend themselves. But this one I can tell you. So the dinner was beautiful. They enjoyed the food. That's always a good thing in my book. And Joe wanted to discuss music with them after the fact, right? And they didn't have no part of that. They wanted to sleep. And they just ate. And they rushed to that. The guy rushed to that recliner. He reclined it. And before you could say, who lives here? He was gone and snoring. I don't know if he's diabetic or something, but he was snoring. And so then Joe turned his attention and started talking to the wife, who was sitting on the big sofa like this with her phone, like, yeah, which is kind of rude anyways, but I don't let that get to me. And he's talking and she's talking. And pretty soon she stops responding because she was asleep like this. She was sitting up and sleeping like when Lot's wife turned a pillar of salt. the hell? So Joe waved me over because I'm the one doing the dishes. Now, when you come to my house for dinner, you don't have to do the dishes. I have a dishwasher, but we stopped it from working because of the recession, and not the recession, the drought and everything. So we plugged it up so it wouldn't, no water would get to it. So it's disconnected in a sense. And we wash in the sink. Terry, I totally get you, man. I totally get you about the dishes. When you stand there and you do the dishes, there's a lot of conversations and you can be loving towards each other and stuff like that. I do it with Josh all the time too, where he'll wash and I'll dry, and I get to know my son better and stuff like that. So I totally get what you were saying. So you don't have to help me do the dishes, but at least bring it to the sink, right? And then I'll wash everything. So, and sometimes Joshua will come and wash the dishes when I have guests, because he's really good at that. So, but I was washing that day because it wasn't like a ton of stuff. It was mostly some plates. And while I was doing all that cleanup and putting away the food because we were going to go to church, the girl fell asleep. So we were sitting there looking at each other like, what the hell's going on? So we had to babysit the nephew that they brought. I didn't even know they were bringing a nephew till that day of the dinner. The little boy was not a bad little boy, but he was a little boy. He had his little Power Ranger sword trying to hit my TV with it. That's the one TV I own. You can't be breaking my TV. And so Joe had to sit there and watch that little boy while I did the dishes. And then I traded out and I watched the little boy while Joe took a shower to go to church. And then we traded out again and Joe watched him while I did my makeup. And finally, I had enough. And they were sleeping since like 4 o'clock in the evening in my chair. I'm like, I invited you to come to dinner. I didn't invite you to come sleep in between services. And so I woke him up like 10 to 5 and I said, you guys have to go because we're going to get ready to go to church. And, you guys are sleeping anyways. And so then he woke the girl up, the wife, and she didn't want to wake up. She kind of sat there like this, kind of like when you're trying to wake your kid up to go to kindergarten. I was like, no, it's not 5 o'clock yet, is it? No. I think they normally leave at 5 o'clock from their house to go to church. And I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with these people though? And so as much as I still love them as human beings, as brothers and sisters in the church and, as a couple and everything and musician and every good point that they have, I don't want to invite them back again if they're going to come to my house and sleep. And it's not something that I'm going to discuss with them because obviously this is something that they do. You could see that they were set in their ways with that. They sleep, they take a siesta after they eat. I can't cope with that. And it goes all the way back to my childhood, when my dad used to promise he would take us to the lake on Sundays and knew fully well that he needed to sleep first because he worked the night before because he had a band. He was the manager and owner of a band. And there was no way he could come home at 9 o'clock from whatever dance or 5 o'clock in the morning from whatever dance happened and not get a full 6 hours sleep or something before he took us to the lake. So a lot of the times the lake trips never happened and that just kind of stayed in my brain. And I hate for people to fall asleep in the middle of the afternoon. As a baby, I stopped taking naps when I turned a year old. Joshua stopped taking naps when he turned a year old too. And I just don't like people to sleep around me. If I'm awake and I'm editing and I'm filming and I'm worried about money and I'm paying the bill and stretching $1, you don't get to sleep. Not up in my house. You don't get to sleep and take a siesta. You sleep at night when you should be sleeping. Unless you have a night job, then you get to sleep during the day. And so Joe knows how much that irritates me to have people just sleep around you all day. When Mom was alive, 1 or 2 Sundays she would call and say, hey, I'm calling to say hi now because your dad's taking a nap and I don't want you to call the phone right when he's in his deep sleep and wake him up. I'm like, and you feel the need to call and tell me this? Why? I don't need to know this, Mom. You know this irritates me from my childhood that I hated when he slept when we were supposed to go to the lake. And then now you're telling me in my own home 50 miles away not to call you because he's asleep. I don't want to hear this. Tell him to change his sugar-related issues and stop having diabetes. And then he don't have to sleep in the middle of the day. So I was really mean about it, guys. Some sad news. And I'm going to leave you with this and edit this vlog and upload it. My friend Mark from Belize, my next door neighbor, dear friend since I was like 9 years old. His dad passed away today. He was 80 something. My mom was one of the supplier of his adult diapers. My mom and her adult diaper ministry. And he passed away this morning at 5:45. So Mark is dealing with the loss of his parent, his first parent to die. And I'm so sorry for him. By the way, I haven't heard anything about the contest, so I don't know when they're going to pick the finalists. All the site says was that the application process is done and that finalists to be determined by Home and Family. Stay tuned. I'm in 3rd place as far as the likes go. Thank you guys for that. Thank you so much for that. But it's not 100% guaranteed that I'll get chosen because they're going to go by your personality, the food that you presented, and pretty much what they're looking for. They have all the final say. So I just pray that I make it as a finalist, because if I do and they have like a face-off between me and like 4 or 5 other finalists, I know that I can do us some justice. I can make you guys proud. And so just keep praying, okay? I'm going to go ahead, go to the gym, edit this vlog, upload it, and I'll see you guys next vlog.
When the red button is on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, see, I'm doing it.
This is very, very
Ready. He doesn't want to go back on the boat. Splash.
Splash?
Yeah.